Hello everybody. What if I told you that there's a way out there to change the way you look for the rest of your life? Now, I'm not trying to sell you anything, I'm not trying to even advertise you anything. I'm here to share with you a story, something that I've experienced that will change the way that you will look for a good chunk of your life when you get older. And at the same time, you're gonna get to save money. Yeah, doesn't that sound too good to be true? But yeah, it's something that I've experienced. So the story goes that a year ago, my dad's friend, a friend of my dad, came from China here to Canada to visit us, and it's been 15 years. And the first thing we noticed is that, well, 15 years ago, when we last saw him, he was almost bald. He was suffering from hair loss, so he had all that, Homer Simpson's kind of deal going on. It's all bald with a little, I don't know, circle around his head. Anyway, so that was him 15 years ago. And 15 years later, he came to Canada to visit us last year, looking 30-year-old younger, and like, he had all his hair grown back. He looked like he was in his 50s, average looking Joe, but he looked like he was in his 30s now. And so we couldn't help him. My dad and I, we were asking him, how did you do that? How do you have all your hair back? And he wasn't even bragging. He just like very calmly and normally said, carrying on the conversation, he just said, like, one day I just woke up like 15 years ago and I started combing my hair like with a regular comb. Well, there's good combs, like, there's wooden combs and combs made out of nano material. Even those ones that are made out of rhinoceros horns, which I'm really against because, they're killing the animals. But anyway, any comb would do. But what he did was that for 15 years he would comb his hair, I would say probably for a very good amount of time per day, probably 15 minutes. So he would comb his hair, and at the same time it's really agitating your scalp, getting the blood flow going, and it's massaging his head, and that's how he started having his hair grow back. And on top of that, he went into the shower without using shampoo or conditioner or any chemical on his hair for 15 years. So he would wash his hair with nothing but hot water, and I guess it really worked. He had all his hair grown back. So he combed his hair, massaged his head, got the blood flowing going for 15 years. About he kept doing it, let's say half an hour a day or something, and he didn't use shampoo. He did it the old-fashioned, medieval way, something like very natural, just nothing but hot water. I mean, there's good stuff like yogurt. I'm not going to stop you from doing that, but what he uses is nothing but hot water. And you would imagine he probably washed his hair for a very long time, because without shampoo, you can't really get the grease out. So to begin with, if you go to the gym, go ahead and use a little bit of shampoo, maybe like once a week on Mondays, to kill some bacteria. I don't know, but what he said was that he used hot water and nothing else for 15 years on his hair, and he combed it to massage his hair, and he came back 15 years later looking 30-year-old younger. So that's it. That's very simple. He saved money on shampoo, and he looked really good. He looked younger. So that's the story. I'm gonna leave you at it. And I've never thought of making beauty videos, but it's just so outside the norm. I mean, people don't just simply wake up in the morning and tell themselves that, hey, I'm going to just stop using shampoo, to wash my hair. It's just everybody does it. Nobody ever think of it as something that's really made out of a factory and it's chemically, maybe bad for your hair. So he didn't use that. And I guess he succeeded in growing all his hair back and looking younger. So that's the story. I'm going to leave you at it. I would say start doing it now. Start doing it. It doesn't matter how old you are, whether you are 15 or whether you are 45, 50. Down the road, it's going to make you get your hair back. And, without knowing it. And it's, massaging your head is always a good thing. So yeah, it is. There it is. That's my experience with him. And so thanks for watching. Give me a like and subscribe. It really helps. I appreciate it. And be confident, look good, and live life, laugh. Cheers.